Hello guys, we are going to make simple isometric bedroom in Blender by using simple cube. So first, I add my cube on the scene, and then press tab to go to edit mode. Then I deleted that faces. Press S and delete faces. Now I'm going to modify property. And I add solidify modify. Then it can increase the thickness. Here the face orientation is looking back. Also have to flip the orientation. So I selected this one. And press E and select all the faces. Then go to the mesh. Then normals, then flip the normals. Select the bottom one and apply it with that one too. So this one I selected face and press P, then selected. Then go to the modified property and give it bevel modified. Now you can increase the amount and segment. So I selected the two of them by then. The one with the bevel modified last, and then copy to selected. Now all of them will have the same bevel modified property on them. I want to add bevel to this one, so I have to apply the solidifier modifier. Then go to edit mode, control press B. Then you can use your mouse scroll wheel to increase the amount of segments. Then shade smooth. Now let's create new object control in an arc mesh cube. Scale it down and scale it on the x-axis. So press tab to go to edit mode. Now, go to face mode and extrude it backwards. Now select the Now we have to select individual origin. Set the people to that and then press E to extrude it. Now select that faces. And press E and extrude it on the others. Now you are going to add some division modified to it. So with a subdivision modified, you can use Control plus channel, or control price to increase the amount of the subdivision. Now go to view and then mean crease. You can increase it or decrease it too. Now I add loop cut and control plus B and scale it. Sit smooth. So here on edit mode, I selected the toe face and press P. Use Shift D and duplicate it first. Then press B and separate by selected. Now go back to edit mode and E to extrude it on Z's. Now you can add loop cut by control plus R. And outlook cuts at the middle. So I'm going to make some pollock for it using sphere. So mesh and an atmosphere. Now you can press tray and go to right view. Use B for both selected. Then select the top one X and delete face. Now go to the edge mode. Then you can use Arc Plus Quick. Then select that edges and you to extrude it on easy as is. So here I duplicate them and align it at the bottom of the chain. So here I add keep again and then use bevel modifier. To go to the properties and add bevel modifier to it. Then increase the amount in the segment. So yeah, I duplicate it, and then select all of them and align it on and off. So here I make the cardboard using cube. Scale it and hide the same principle. You see, you press I the inset, then I look at a student. This is what you're going to do. Now you stood it on the y-axis. Add another look at I to insert. Now you to extrude it on Y is this. So yeah, I'm going to make table using the same cube. And skillet. Then add bevel modify. Then for the table leg I use cylinder skillet. Then align it on the table. I rotate it so that it will match. Add subdivision look at. Now I duplicate the table leg and move it on the right side and duplicate it again. For the chair I also use cube and scale it. Then I go to edit mode. Then I look at go to face mode, then select the side. The side is now make sure you are on individual origin. Then you move your mouse connect to it. Now you see that it is screwed on and the numbers. And select the top one. And a student using E and a student Z as is. Now you deselect the other one and select that back faces again and press C and exclude it on Z as is again. Now you can add subdivision modified to it and increase the So yeah, I added some loop cuts to press R. Then add loop cut at the edges. Now I set shade to smooth. So yeah, I'm going to make them by using the circle. So Shift press E and then add circle, then time to edit mode. Press F to fill the face, E to extrude it on Easy Assist. Here I enter edit mode and add look at control pass R. Then add look at, then control B, then bevel. Now add the cut at the middle. So for this one, I have to apply the Solidify Modified Face. And go to Edit Mode again, and then press Shift D. Shift D, then duplicate the selector 1. Then Pay By and Separate by selected. Now go to Object Mode and select this one. I'll move it backwards. Then this one and go and delete the faces. So I select the edges. Press F to fill. F, then select this one edge. Now F to fill and bottom line F to fill. So I'm going to use this one to create a simple window. Go to Face Mode 1, then I to ESET. Scale it. Control I to add loop cut, then select the face. Double press II. Then you can insert on individual faces, then extrude it on X-axis. Now this one I'm going to create the cuttings by, I use this cube and skillet. So for the cuttings I use plane and extrude it using the. Make a zigzag Foam Studios forehead backward and now I use a solidifying modifier. Then give it subdivision modifier. Now you can smooth it. I use cylinder to create the lamp. I'm going to edit mode and slide the dolphin scale. So now I'm going to create a simple monitor using Cube. So shift a mesh and a cube scale it. Bring it up. Then scan it on X-axis. Now on Modify you're going to add bevel. Modify and increase the segment. Then on Edit press Tab to go to Edit mode. Now I Control press I loop cut and Control press B to increase the. Now on Face mode, I select the button face and E to extrude it. Now he extrude it again and scale it. Now I press E and extrude it downwards again. Now you are done with your monitor. One, two. For the keys, I use cube and I add some machine modified to it. Then loop cuts, then I add another loop cuts. Then I add ray modify, go to modify property. Then you add ray modify change. Select an IR. Then you can increase the spacing and increase the count. Now I send this one to Z as is, then I 0 the S as is. And I learned it really. Then for the clock I use cylinder. Then I insert using eye. Then add subdivision modified to it. Now I select the faces and need to extrude it. Now for that clock I use the another cube and scale it. I scale the top faces, then duplicate. Then I sell the origin to 3D CLDR so that I can't. I select this and set my character to that I selected. Now I use a simple key and scale it. Then move it at the top here. So for this one I use curve. I use curve. Center curve and I skate to align it. Then I use this one as my aerial modifier. And Art Cave modifier chain. Then I change that as is to Z as is. Now I increase the count. If you are like to make this move, you can select a curve. So go to edit mode and rotate it 90 degrees. So now we can apply the eye ray. And a curve modifier again. So you can move it so basically. So to add the book you have to go to Preference, Add-on and search for Architecture. You search for Architects, then enable the Mesh Architect. I don't know. You can press FTF tree and search book. Now you can select. You can add book. And I'm going to make simple ports here. I use UVS. So now scale it. Now go to edit mode. Go to edit mode and wireframe. With wireframe, then use press B to do the ball selection and ice. Then delete your face. Then select the bottom one S and delete the face. Then go to the edges mode. And click to select all the edges connected. Now you can press S to scale it. Now press Tab to go to. Now on Modified Property, add Solidify Modified to it. Now you can add Subdivision Modified and Increased. Now for the leaves I use Plain. And then I exclude it and then scale it. Now I add Solidify Modify and Subdivision Modify to it. And then I set the pivot to the center variable. And then select Duplicate and rotate it. Now I select all of them in Sheets. Would I add color to it? Now go to another property and make sure Ambient Exclamation is enabled. Now for the floor. I go to isolate the floor, then go to edit mode and now go to face mode and select the top one and Shift D. And press P and separate by selected. Then go to object mode and select that one. Then add edit mode again and press C to extruding on SSS or YISS. Then I add some more color to it. For the materials, I'm going to use some for colors. So I select the wall and press Ctrl+L. Now you can link the material to the selected object. 1 like. So for the boots, I want to give random color to each boot. So I go to the shading. Then I search object info. Then color RAM. I use color RAM. Color RAM. And connect the color to the color. And here I made a mistake. I have to connect the random to the front. I connect the random to the fact. Now you see that every book has different colors. I change the rope, I increase the reference to 1. Now for the camera, I change it from the perspective to autographic view. Then I increase the so I learn it vary. And I switch to render mode. I change it to cycles and say so yeah. I'm going to use area light. Can this area light you light your scene? So yeah, I tried to defend HDRI to see which one will match my scene, and then I use it. Yeah.